I should probably disable this. Hello?
Hello.
Hey. What's going on, bro?
Not much.
Okay, I've got to share this.
All right.
I'll stream to you in Discord too, so you don't delayed by stream.
Okay, sounds good. Me. That.
Tell me if it's lagging for you.
No, looks good.
It's good? Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
All right, chat. For those of you that don't know, this is Tom, aka Gambitt. He's one of my best friends online and also one of the mods in chat. He also plays a Fire Mage and he's progressing on Stone Legion Generals. So we're going to attempt to help him out with the timings and how this fight kind of plays out. I was watching his stream yesterday and I want to kind of give him some tips. Right, Tom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the thing that a lot of I get, like, there's questions that come in pretty often about Stone Legion, because it's kind of one of those bosses now that everyone's getting up to with all the nerfs, and it's complicated. There's a lot of shit going on, and I feel like there's a kind of like a rhythm to this fight. Obviously, it depends on your strategy, but I feel like most guilds kind of approach it the same way.
Yep.
So I wanted to do this, Tom, because of a few things. And yesterday, I think you noticed when I had mentioned to you, like, the kind of this is like rotation kind of thing you were doing, how much better it felt.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Okay.
So I'll kind of run you through the first phase up until the intermission here about how this kind of plays out. Because the timings are specific and they don't change, right?
Yep. They're pretty.
They're static. They don't change.
Yep.
And this boss, the important thing is understanding that the Stone Legion fucking gargoyle that comes down, when he hits sub 30, he puts a debuff on the raid that prevents healing, and that guy needs to die ASAP. The first one doesn't really matter because there's no raid damage going out, but generally speaking, the priority is when that gargoyle hits 30 that you blow him up because your raid can't be healed.
Yep. And the skirmisher is also.
Yeah, and when the
20.
skirmishers come out, when they hit, I think it's 20 or 25.
It's 20, yeah.
It's 20 for sure. Okay, when they hit 20%, they put those wins on the ground and the wins stack. And if 3 of them are putting wins down at any point in the fight, except for like when there's really nothing going on, your raid's just like literally flying off the platform.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna play. I kind of skipped ahead when you guys got a little bit more comfortable, when you were kind of seeing intermission a little bit more. So I'm gonna play through the initial pull here, and Tom knows I love him, so I'm not gonna like pick every single mistake out here, but I'm doing this just to purely show you the difference between delaying combustion here and just popping it right off the rip, because you were generally doing your initial fireball thing at the beginning like this when the boss is pulled, and then you're combusting at 12 seconds. And all that this is doing is it's making it more difficult for you to get combust back when the skirmishers spawn, and they spawn at 105. I double checked, checked like several pulls.
105 every time.
Every time they spawn at 105. There is no change in that. So if you're delaying combustion here for like 10-15 seconds, what's going to happen is you're not going to have combust for that pack, and it's going to feel like trash.
Yep.
Let me just try to skip ahead here. Oh, that was me. This is when I started watching.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You guys on break or okay? Yeah, we're on break.
Oh, we're in break there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tom, pull the boss. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. Okay, so here is the pull. So here, like at this countdown, Tom, this should be like your precast, like your what's it called? Your badge and your pot. I guess for progress, yeah, you're gonna be potting. This is your badge and your pot, and this should be the cast you're going into combust with. This shouldn't be a precast. If you want to do pyroblast, that's fine too. But this should be your bust. Like bust should happen right now.
Okay.
So this time that you're taking here is extra. Like this is relatively fast, and I think I told you at some point here, like bust on the pull. But your bust going into combustion needs to be the double fire blast pyro. Because this is like you got a proc and you fire blasted once, but this is like just straight up double fucking fire blast pyro into the boss, and you're putting it on cooldown essentially at like whatever it is, 1 second.
Yep.
So we're gonna kind of speed through this a little bit. Okay, so this is when the skirmish. I kind of scrubbed past it a little bit. Rewind a little bit.
Twitch VODs are so annoying.
I hate scrubbing through Twitch VODs. Okay, so, this is too far. Holy fuck. Okay, cool. So your combust ends, and this is important too. This is what I was telling you yesterday. The Goliath is gonna come down at the tail end of your combustion, right?
Yep.
And you're gonna have like it's like 2 seconds or 1 second left. Sometimes the Goliath will fucking lag and he won't run into melee range, which means you can't spread whatever bullshit ignite you have on the boss onto the Goliath. But when it does happen, it feels fine. And sometimes you're gonna have to notice like you have to delay like 0.3 seconds for that last Phoenix Flames, and you'll fit in like a Dragon's Breath or whatever at the end because you're not gonna have enough time to scorch anyways. So you're gonna spread your ignite to this thing, and then the skirmishers spawn. And what's important here is that like when your combust is done, you're going to want to like instinctively hold your shifting power for these skirmishers. If you hold your shifting power, it's not going to be up for your second combustion at the time you need it. So you need to shifting power like immediately when your combust is done. Yeah.
Okay.
So here you're holding it, and just this delay you did, the 3 seconds, you're going to notice what I'm talking about. When you actually go into the second phase with it, you're going to be like, fuck, it's 2 seconds off and I can't shifting power.
I think I did notice that a couple times actually.
And you're going to feel it because it's weird. You're going to need to be like super aggressive with your fire blast charges to get your second combust back. So this is all bullshit. Goliath hits 30%, no healing. There's really nothing going on aside from Meteor. You're killing the Goliath. And then where's your timer? It's not up yet. Oh, it's here. Skirmishers in 14 seconds. Is that it?
Yep.
10 seconds. Okay, so here at this point, you are 14 seconds away on combustion. This is good because there's still like a massive delay before they spawn.
Yep.
So this Goliath, like what we do, I don't know if your raid leader is going to tell you to do this, but like when general's at like 75%, like that's when you'll swap to the Goliath, and the Goliath will be your target that you're cleaving off of when the skirmishers are up. So the skirmishers are going to spawn. You're going to pop you're going to do your AoE rotation combust off of the Goliath because all you're doing is flame strikes. And you're going to be able to switch off of the Goliath onto the skirmishers when they're sub 30 to scorch because they're going to have their winds going.
Yep.
So here, Combust is coming up. This is normally when I'll start fucking hard casting a flame strike.
Yeah.
So as soon as they spawn, you pop badge, you're hard casting a flame strike, and they're going to all come into melee range. You have one Death Knight, so maybe not all of them. And this is where you're just fucking going off. This is pure like AoE cleave. You want to kill these things as fast as possible because they're all going to proc wins and they need to die.
Yep.
And then that's what I'm talking about here is you're shifting power. If you do your hardcasted flame strike with double fire blast flame strike, PF fire blast flame strike, your shifting power won't be up and you're going to need to refresh IC. So this is where you pop shifting power. You get blade here, which is shit. But now you're just literally scorching because everything's sub 30.
Yep.
You mentioned this yesterday. You didn't get bleed. I watched it again. It's because you blinked the fucking blade.
Wait, did I?
Yeah. So that's also something you need to be careful with because if you blink too early, you'll bring that blade back into melee and you'll fucking wipe your raid. So watch, you have blade here. Oh wait, you didn't. Wait, what? You didn't blink it.
It just didn't even hit me. Okay.
It didn't apply. Okay, well that's never gonna happen again. But
yeah.
Maybe the winds juked it. I don't know. It looks like it didn't even touch you.
It just
Just
like, you didn't even see
ignored
the like, because it does like a little, not explosion, I don't even know what to call it.
It's like a little poof.
Like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
That's weird.
Okay, and then we're gonna go into the part of the fights that you haven't done yet, but I want to set you up for success.
Yep.
So
sure.
This is purely pushing the boss to 50. At 50 he phases and you walk to the edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have plenty of time to regen combust here, but there's nothing else to hit. So just literally fireball the boss, and try to get combust back. There's no point to because the ads are still 30 seconds away. So you have plenty of time. You're bringing the Goliath here to like 65% and you're swapping off of it. This is just like watch your feet and move out with blade. So the way that this ends up timing out itself is that once the Goliath reaches like 65% or 60%, no one should be touching it anymore because you need it for later. Yep. You guys like you're just blasting it. I don't know what's happening, but so all these commandos are going to come in, right? Your next combust is going to be another AoE combust, and it's going to be to break all of the commando shields because you need those orbs to bring to Prince.
Yes.
So here we're chilling, and you're rotating between the blade and the crystallize. Now, The final 2 crystallizes in Blade, it's random. It's like spell queued. So it depends on what you get that's going to be easier. If you end up getting Blade first, that's the shitty way because you have to move into the crystallize that happens afterwards during your combustion. But this is like the good way. You got fucking Blade seconds, which is nice. So when you know you're going to fucking AoE here, again, there's nothing to do. You're hard casting a Flame Strike and you're going into combustion full blown balls to the walls AoE.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you doing running for the balls? Are you assigned to pick up a ball and run it?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, if you get a ball, you can. The pro tip is just to alter time it because you can alter, take the lock gate, port, it'll bump you, and then you just alter time back. Okay, this is the part of fight that you haven't done yet, so I'm gonna skip it to it on my video.
Yep.
So when that phase is done, once you've soaked all the fucking balls, Prince is gonna do his thing, and then the next boss is gonna come down. Your combustion will not be up unless you are fucking straight up fireballing this boss nonstop. So after this combust happens, you're gonna have like a solid minute left on combust. You will not have it back unless you're just fireballing everything. So the AoE rotation's done here. You're gonna see I'm trying to fireball everything that I possibly can. This thing dies because we need it. We still have whatever 2 left. But I'm straight up trying to fireball as much as I possibly can. Use your shimmers to move out of stuff. There's no reason you need to be standing there unless, you know, there's a bomb going off. You're fireballing everything as much as possible here. Okay, and then this is the last crystallize before we soak. The orb is on the ground. We're all running to the corner, and you're going to see Combust is 18 seconds away. It's still pretty far. Like, you still need to fireball more. So you're going to need to start sneaking in some fireballs here. You're going to see I'm like literally just camping fireballs because Combust is really far away. So now the boss is coming down. We're going to... F6 is about to put the last ball into the net. Boss is going to come down in 5 seconds. I'm targeting him. I'm popping badge. And then I'm hard casting a flame strike as soon as I can. Everything's coming into melee. Combust again. Boom. AoE. This is a giant, massive AoE cleave. This is like you strictly doing AoE. Everything dies here again. And you shouldn't have to move here unless everything's dead. So once this dies, all that's going to be left is the boss and the gargoyle. You soak, and then you're all running into fucking melee range. Now you're more than likely going to be assigned to a reverberating eruption because you're a mage, and that's we're the best at it. So alter time needs to be like #1 priority when you need to move out of melee range. So I'm assigned to #2. I don't know what you're going to be assigned to, but hopefully it's one of the first ones because they're super easy for us to soak.
Yep. I forget which one.
You'll get more comfortable with that when you get there. Reverberating is like same bullshit, same as Council. Okay. Your next combust after that big AoE thing is going to be single target. And it's going to be really close to being lined up with a movement ability. So it's either you get fucked or you don't. You're going to have combust once these skirmishers are dead. And if you get reverberating, or not reverberating, if you get upheaval, you're going to have to run around with your combust just like on Council. If you get lucky, you'll just move to the left and combust normally. And it's going to come up on this gargoyle here. So as soon as that crystallize happens, you want to try to pop combust as soon as you can because you can see upheaval's coming. I didn't get lucky. I have to fucking run. But you need to combust there because everything else fucking blows with this.
Yep.
So the next reverberating is going to come out soonish. There you go. This is alter. And it's really tight there too because if you're assigned to one of these, after your combust finishes, you're going to have to use shifting power to put it on CD. You need to make sure you alter before you start your shifting power because you can see I press alter here.
Yeah.
And then I go into shifting power because the reverberating starts.
Yep.
And you won't be able to afford that GCD while you're doing shifting. So you alter shifting and then you shimmer over to your soak. It hits you, boom, you alter right back.
Okay.
And then everything should be sub 30 here. This is pure single target on the skirmishers. There's no reason to AoE here because you want to push them single, like 1 by 1. You don't want to have them doing wins at the same time. And this is all bullshit. And this is kind of my favorite part of the fight, like running out and soaking with altar and coming back. It's actually so much fun.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun. And then this is, again, the same thing as the intermission on this one is a lot easier because the boss, it can be basically wherever you want. And then the blades go to the back towards the boss that's in the air. And then it's the exact same thing. Your next combust here is going to line up with a reverberating, this thing. You'll see. You have to soak, and then you're holding combust until you're about to DPS the ads, but your combust is going to be, you want to use it like right after you soak. So if you alter, you're going to try to make sure you're altering in melee range so that you can come back and spread it. I don't think I did a very good job of that here. Yeah, it's here. So you soak. I have alter up. I'm hard casting a flame strike, I think. No, I'm not. I just fucking went in. You see what I mean? Like you have to soak and then run back and combust. Yep. It's kind of a waste because everything's kind of dead already, but it's the best time to use it. And then your next combust comes up. You're going to have to hold it for like a solid minute because there's no other reason to use it. You're going to pop lust when we get out of this phase. So this is the same shit. You're killing the commandos. And then you're soaking one last time. And then you're running across the room. Okay. And this is the big fucking confusing combust because this one sucks. You're holding it this entire time while the two bosses are up. And you're waiting for like a window where you're going to pop lust and everyone can kind of burn. Blades go to the right here, which is a little bit weird. You get reverberating or upheaval soonish, I think. Oh yeah, it's this, then upheaval. Your upheaval's gonna come, your combustion's gonna be popped during an upheaval, which is annoying as shit. That's why I'm saying it's like if you're running, you're gonna have to like do it mid-run.
It's like the dark recitals, yeah.
Yeah, it's really, this one's really cancer. So this is where we pop lust, potions. Nothing sub 30, which kind of also sucks. You're going to stop, and then you're going to just do fucking tons of AoE damage here. All the skirmishers need to die along with the... there's no Goliath, so yeah, it's just 2 boss cleave. And that's pretty much your last combust of the fight, unless you guys have really low DPS. And that's it. Okay, so yeah, awesome. Main things I wanted to mention to you. Your bust on the beginning there, right off the fucking rip.
Okay.
Like don't hold it. There's really no reason to hold it. You want it to be like instant so that you get it back for the second set of skirmishers.
All right.
And then yeah, I feel like once you do that once, you'll feel out the timings and you'll be like, oh, this makes so much more sense.
Well, like even if I did notice, like it's pretty easy to notice that if you do AoE combust on the pull, then you're not going to get back relatively anywhere close to the second set.
And so, I can kind of... No, go ahead.
The first set dies just like instantly. It doesn't really matter as much as the second set.
Yeah, and I think everyone's using 3 minutes on the pull, unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure everyone that has 3 minutes is using it on the pull.
Yep.
But that's the thing, like, is the first Goliath that comes in, like, he dies so quickly even without using like cooldowns. And the shitty part is if you hold combust for this Goliath, your combust timings afterwards are all fucking scuffed because you don't have combust for skirmishers.
Yeah.
And then you're holding combust for an immune boss. Like, it doesn't make sense. So this is probably the best way to do it.
Yep.
And you'll see as you guys like push this boss, like you pull it more and more and more, like the boss is going to be 50% health coming out of this phase. He's going to be almost phased.
Yeah.
And you'll be jumping off the edge a lot. Prepare yourself for that. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's kind of my rant. Did you have any things to ask? I doubt it, but
no, not at the moment.
Okay. I just wanted to give you a broad overview of the timings because there's a lot of shit going on in this fight, and the things you'll most likely get assigned to is going to be the what's it called? The reverberating eruption thing, the big soak me with alter time thing. Yeah. And mirror images, like save your mirror images for that and save them for what's it called? Like in between like phases where you're moving, like where the boss is immune and you're soaking all those orbs, save it for that and save it for reverberating. There's never like a point to use them here. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And that's it.
All right.
And you're using DC, so now that you kind of got more comfortable with it, you should be good to go. Yep, and that's it.
Yep.
You'll have fun. It's an annoying boss, but I feel like it feels relatively good for fire.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
I see you fucking pumping here. Okay.
Awesome.
That's it, Tom.